brightest minds and fastest rising stars, please welcome Hasan Minhaj!
Montreal, what's up? How are you? Hello! Oh my God, thank you so much. Wow! So many brown people showed up on time. I'm flattered. Thank you. I see you. We did it. And it's been a great year for me, man. My wife and I, we just had a daughter. We had a baby girl. Yes. Thank you. Yes. Men, we don't get enough applause for our work, you know? Especially with childbirth. No, man, it was a miracle, man. We had a baby in our 30s. She's straight up brown. Like I'll wake up in the morning, I'll go to her crib. That's our time together. I'll look in the crib, she'll just be bundled up. She'll be staring at me. That's how I know she's Indian. Just. Hello, Daddy. I've been waiting for you. Open me up. I'll just unswaddle her. She'll be like, change my diaper. Open her up, I'll hold her. She's just like me, you know? I think about this all the time. She's Indian and Muslim, which is such an interesting combination, right? Right? Think about it, to be something that people love. People love Indian culture. And then also be something that people hate. People hate Muslims. You know what I'm talking about, Quebec? Hey, there's gonna be a lot of comics tonight. They're not gonna do Quebec legislation humor. No symbols, right? I saw a dude with a Toronto Raptors hat and I was like, get that shit off, no symbols. Okay, we can't have the symbols. And he's like, no, but I believe the Raptors are the best. I'm like, you know who doesn't believe that? Kawhi Leonard. Not in this city, remember, it's secular. But I look at my dad, he's worried. He'll call me, Hasan, don't talk about the Muslim stuff, lean into the Indian. 11 straight spelling bees, people respect that. And it's true, man, like, Indian, I mean, we are taking over. Think about it, yoga, meditation, chai tea at Starbucks, us. By the way, quick PSA, chai tea is the dumbest thing I have ever heard in my life. You're saying the same thing, you're saying TT. It's like being like, hey, have you heard of this Mexican water? It's called agua water. It's delicioso. So spicy, this agua water. You're saying water. Am I? I paid $7 for it. You want some naan bread? There's some people here tonight be like, I love naan bread. What is he talking about? I don't understand the joke. Naan bread is delicious. Oh, man. Look, I wanna be a good dad. I wanna be a role model to her, you know? But I've lived in New York now for 6 years, and that city just turns you into a monster. Everyone in Manhattan is a sociopath. Like the other day I was walking home, right, from a show, and we live across the street from this very popular wine bar, right? So I'm walking home and I look across the street and there's this beautiful woman in this flowing gown just puking in the bushes. You know, just the yin and yang of New York, just beauty and horror all at once. And nobody's helping her. I look, everybody's walking by, they got the white headphones in, just like, hey, man, you wanna help her? They're like, nah, man, I can't. I'm listening to a podcast about podcasts, I have no time. Man, this podcast about podcasts is the best podcast about podcasts. So I'm like, fine, I will help her. I run across the street, I'm like, excuse me, ma'am, are you okay? She looks up and she's like, I listen to more podcasts. Dude, I used to own a black Toyota Camry, and I had to get rid of it because people would just get into my car at intersections. I'd be sitting there and people are like, yo, what's up, man? Get out of my car. Don't talk to me like that. Don't talk to me like that. I'm not your Uber driver. You guys ready for the show tonight? Man, we have an amazing show for you guys tonight. All right. After years of slugging it out in comedy clubs and festivals across the country, this performer was recently awarded Canadian show business's most prestigious honor, an American work visa. Give it up for Ivan Decker.
Wow. Hey, hi everybody. How are you? Excellent. It is so great to be here. For those of you that don't know me, this is what I look like. I am trying to watch what I eat right now and be more healthy. What I've discovered about that is it means you're going to be eating a lot more nuts than you used to. Healthy people love to remind you about nuts. Don't forget about nuts. Remember nuts? I know they're illegal in every elementary school. But if you can survive eating them, they're pretty healthy. There's no in between with nuts. They either kill you or they're pretty good for you. So I thought if I was going to go down this road, I wanted to go all the way to the top. I wanted to have the healthiest nut, and I asked what that was. And they were very quick to tell me it's walnuts. Everybody knows that. Walnuts are the healthiest nut. You can have as many of those as you want. And I said, oh, great. I'm already doing that. 0, they're gross. Walnuts are disgusting. If you don't believe me, eat a walnut, tell me if it's gone bad. You don't know, no one does. Every single time I've eaten a raw walnut, I'm like, nope, something's wrong, call the hospital. I think I just ate a spider covered in wood. That's what that tasted like. You know that walnuts are bad because they're never the main flavor of anything. When was the last time you saw a product that said flavor walnut? Never. Furniture only. If it's in food, it's always maple walnut. And let's be honest, maple's doing the heavy lifting in those foods. There's a lot of these food pairings. It's time to let them go. Cinnamon raisin, end it. Cinnamon can make it on its own. Right? If I was Cinnamon's manager, I would call an emergency meeting. Be like, stop hanging out with Raisin. Nobody wants to invite you to things because they think Raisin's coming along. Like if I smell a cinnamon bun being made, I will cross an intersection. And then I find out there are raisins in there, I will leave. Because raisins do not belong in a cinnamon bun especially, for the simple fact that they don't cool down at the same speed as the rest of the pastry. I don't know how raisins manage to maintain the specific heat capacity of the center of a star. But every time you take a cinnamon bun out of the oven or microwave, depending on your life choices, you could wait 20 minutes. You touch the bread part, you're like, I think it's ready to eat. No, it is not. There are 7 wrinkled balls of lava waiting for you. No, I'm trying my best to be a healthy person because I don't like getting sick. Obviously, nobody enjoys being sick, but it's not the symptoms now that annoy me the most. It's the people around you that have no compassion. They're just afraid that you're gonna get them sick. The sickness bullies of the world. We all know some. You cough once, they're like, what's that? What's going on? Are you getting sick? Like, no, I just ate a bunch of dust. Leave me alone. Like, you're getting sick. Get away from me. I can't afford to get sick right now. People love saying that. I can't afford to get sick right now. Yeah, you don't have to say that out loud. That's everybody in the world all the time. I've met rich people. None of them have ever been like, hey, cough in my mouth. That's how rich I am. What, you got the flu? Kiss me. I can afford it. Trying to learn more now. I had to get a new phone this year because my phone started going very slow, which I hate. I feel like slow internet is way worse than no internet. Because no internet's great. You go outside, you look at a bird, it's wonderful. Nothing makes our phone addiction feel more like a drug addiction than just a little bit of internet. When you're staring at an Instagram story, buffering, yelling at it, like, come on! I just want to know who else was at Catherine's bachelorette party! It's a sad moment. And they have new phones. New phones come out every year, and I'm always surprised because they never add anything new. The technology, they've run out of ideas, clearly, right? There's never new technology. Apple doesn't even tell you about new features. They just put a picture of the phone on a billboard. They're like, hey, the screen's not cracked, come get it. We're not excited about any of this. Remember when the iPhone came out? We made the transition from flip phone to the iPhone mod. Everybody was so stoked. They were like, you turn it sideways, and it's a movie mode, and then you turn it up, and it's a phone mode, and it knows when you turn, and it just turns. And now anytime our phones turn, we're like, why is it turning? I hate that it turns! You guys have been great. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the show, everybody.
These performers come to us all the way from England, home of Meghan Markle and her unemployed in-laws. Please welcome Flo and Joan.
Hello. Hi. Good to be here. We're Flo and Joan. We're sisters, real sisters, same parents. We get asked this question a lot. Are you sure you're real sisters? And lots of people will say, because you don't look the same. Are you sure you're real sisters? So we've written them a song. Yes. We wrote this next song in the style of an old English folk song, and we'd sing it to help us remind ourselves of the good old days in England.
There was a little woman, and she had no house or a home. So she found herself a forest, a new pasture for to roam. She was a lady in the woods. God gave her the woods, but he took away her legs. Some people mistook her for a stump, but she was definitely a lady, a legless lady in the woods. When you're living in the woods, there's a lack of luxury. She didn't have scissors, couldn't cut her hair. It grew so long it got tangled with the weeds on the trees. She was a long-haired, legless lady in the woods. She had nowhere to be, so she always took her time. She took so much time. If you were to describe her with a word, you might say she did lollygag. She was a lollygagging, long-haired, legless lady in the woods. A lollygagging, long-haired, legless lady in the woods. God took so much from the lady, but in turn gave her a tree, a lemon tree. And she sucked those lemons every day, which made the rubberiness of her lips go away. Her lips were so loose, but she loved those lemons. She was a lemon-loving, loose-lipped, lollygagging, long-haired, legless lady in the woods. And did we mention that her name was Linda? Linda, the lemon-loving, loose-lipped, lollygagging, long-haired, legless lady in the woods. An unhappy woman was she. She had no treats or toys. But if you told her a dick joke, it would bring her so much joy. So lowbrow Linda. She had no other company, so she talked to the trees. She didn't choose words, just the whooshing sounds, and the trees knew what she means. Yes, she could talk tree. She was Linda, the bilingual, lowbrow, lemon-loving, loose-lipped, lollygagging, long-haired, legless lady in the woods. And she produced milk like you've never seen. She was Linda, the lactating, bilingual, lowbrow, lemon-loving, loose-lipped, lollygagging, long-haired, legless lady in the woods. All those forest nights alone can wreak havoc on a woman's libido. So she found herself a lizard love, and that lit up Linda's heart. But that lizard found another lizard, and that lying little lizard left her. She was Linda, the lusty, lizard-kissing, lonely, lactating, bilingual, lowbrow, lemon-loving, loose-lipped, lollygagging, long-haired, legless lady in the woods. There's more. A wizard of a woman was Linda. She was the master of the lute, and she did write songs. She loved writing songs, lugubrious songs. She wrote this song, and she'd warble these songs into the wind in the hopes that someday someone would find them. And luckily for Linda, they fell in our ears. So we sing to you her lacrimatory lyrics to continue her legacy. Her legacy. Her legacy. She also loved licorice. She was Linda, the licorice-eating, legendary, lyrical, lugubrious, lacrimatory, lusty, lizard-kissing, lonely, lactating, bilingual, lowbrow, lemon-loving, loose-lipped, lollygagging, long-haired, legless lady in the woods. Yeah, Linda was a lot.
Making his JFL Gala debut is also a published cartoonist. So just so you know, if this comedy thing doesn't work out, at least he has a backup plan for disappointing his parents. Please welcome Jacob Samuel.
Thank you so much, Montreal. It's great to be back here. Yeah. Every time I've ever gone through a breakup, someone has always said to me the cliche where they say, oh, don't worry about being single. There's plenty of fish in the sea. And as a society, we need to stop saying that, because that is not consistent with how things are going for life in our oceans right now. Right? An environmentalist would say, worry about being single. A lot. There are barely any fish left. There is plenty of garbage in the sea. Yeah. So I hope you like making out with wet plastic. And also, the deeper you go into the ocean, the uglier the fish get. Obviously, I overthink a lot of things. Sometimes I'll think too much about a particular word then that word will start to bother me. Like my new favorite word is the word horsepower. I love horsepower, because that's what horses would chant if they were racist. Right? They go to a secret meeting in the field. I'm tired of all these donkeys taking our jobs. Horsepower. People screw up words all the time. Like the words broke and poor are two different words, two different meanings. My friends always mix them up. Like my best friend keeps on complaining about how poor he is because he bought a condo. I'm like, no! You're just broke because you made an investment. Meanwhile, our other friend is a barista, and every weekend he'll be like, I can't do anything this weekend. I'm broke. And then I'm like, no, you're poor. Yeah, because you have a liberal arts degree. Like, you're never gonna fit into the economy, ever, anywhere. You're not just poor, you're screwed. And you know how I know that? Because I have a liberal arts degree. And it's in economics, which is the best degree you can get if you want to really understand why you're unemployed. When you graduate with a BA in economics, the world's like, congratulations, you're jobless. And then you're like, yes. I've read articles about this. I know what to do in theory. That's what happened to me. So I moved across this country to do more school. I moved to Vancouver, and Vancouver was a city in which I had no friends. And I had to make new friends from scratch, which is very hard to do. For the first time in my life, I found it much easier to make friends with women than with guys. Because if I met a woman, I could ask her on a date. Then at the end of the date, she'd be like, listen, Jacob, let's just be friends. Then I go, yes, that was always my plan. What are we doing tomorrow? Someone once suggested to me, like, why don't you make friends by joining a running group? Which actually sounds like a great way to meet 30 people I hate already. I don't trust people who exercise in herds. So many of my friends now are getting into running marathons, and I don't understand why. Running a marathon, that's a dangerous thing to do. The ancient Greek man who invented the marathon, you know what his cause of death was? He died running a marathon. If you don't know the story, thousands of years ago, the Greeks were invaded, and they fought this big battle, and they won. And then one guy ran 26 miles from the battlefield to Athens. He gets there, he goes, listen, everybody, great news. We won the battle. But then he was so tired from the run, he collapsed dead. And then everyone in the city was just like, yeah, we already know. The Kenyan guy got here like 2 hours before you. Guys, thank you so much. Have a great night.
You've seen our next comic on shows like Late Night with Seth Meyers, At Midnight, and the Joe Rogan podcast. How do I know that? 2 words, data mining. Please welcome Nimesh Patel.
Hi. Okay. I don't actually do comedy. I'm just here as a body double for Hasan in case the Saudis come. Oh, man, they asked me not to curse, so I don't normally talk this slow, but I gotta filter out all the words. I was just in Washington, D.C., which is America's capital, and I went alone. I felt lonely, so I put on a suit and went to the bar at the Ritz-Carlton to see if I get a hooker to hit on me. It didn't work, but I got pretty drunk. And as I was sitting there, I felt someone blowing my ear. And I turned, and it was an old white man who looked like he was holding in a pretty dark secret. He whispered, he said, "Hey, room 418. So I weighed my options. And then I went upstairs and I had sex with that guy. Only so many chances you don't get to sleep with Mike Pence. You gotta sleep with Mike Pence if you get a chance. I had sex with Mike Pence. Some of you thinking that's cruel to say because Mike Pence is not a homosexual. I know it's messed up to out a homosexual that is not out. But no man hates homosexuals that much if he himself is not a homosexual. And I'm not a homosexual, but I gave Mike Pence a stiff 5.5 that evening. And thank you, lady. You are my go-to audience member. The rest of y'all, I don't know what's going on. Some of you are looking at me like, man, Sugar Sammy's material got really dark. I don't know. I'm doing fine. It's a weird time in America, you know? As a minority, I'm thinking it's about time I get a gun. I shot a gun recently, and you know what? The hype is real. Guns are dope. I went to get a gun. You need a license to get a gun. Went to the gun shop. I was like, yo, I want a gun. They're like, why do you want a gun? I said, I don't trust white people. That didn't work. I was like, I'm crazy and I hear voices. Oh, why didn't you say so in the first place, man? Guns for everybody. America's the best. It's such a weird time. We're trying to install democracies as Americans by dropping bombs on places. You know, I feel like that's the way you make terrorists. That's not how you make democracies, you know? I feel like we should be dropping Burger Kings. You put a Burger King in the Middle East, some would-be terrorist walks in, goes to the counter, I was like, yo, I want a Whopper. The guy behind the counter was like, you want fries or onion rings? This would-be terrorist, I get a choice? What would it be like to choose my leader? That's how you start a democracy. All right, I think that's my time. Enjoy the rest of the night. Thank you, Hasan. Have a good night. I'm Minhaj. Thank you. Bye.
This comedian recently appeared on the hit TV series Drunk History, or as they call it in England, History. Please welcome my brother, Fahim Anwar.
Thank you. I love Montreal. I love the city. I was Ubering around town, checking it out. But I was thinking if somebody 10 years ago saw someone taking an Uber today, they would have no idea what's going on, right? They would see a guy driving a Honda Civic and then another grown man in the back seat. You would just try to understand that relationship. Like, are they friends and they got in a fight? Is that a young dad and it's a big-ass baby in the backseat? I live in LA. I moved recently. My place now the complex has a swimming pool, which is nice. I don't know if you've ever been to a pool in Los Angeles, but they have to have a sign on all the pools by law. It's a very weird sign. It says, if you have diarrhea, do not go swimming. And I'm like, you don't need a sign for that. I think we know that. Like, who's on the verge of pooping themselves? And it's like, you know what? Let's take a dip. Let's make this harder than it needs to be, fellas. But I was thinking, how funny would it be if you saw a guy in swim trunks and a towel over his shoulder just walk up to the pool, read the sign. Then turn around and go home. You know exactly what's wrong with him. You're like, get better, bro. He's like, thank you very much. I came too early. I had food poisoning a while ago. It's the worst. But I like the term food poisoning. It makes it sound like I was a spy who knew too much. The chef's like, how's your sandwich? And I'm like, what did you do to me? Don't go swimming. No! It's the worst. It's like the worst diarrhea. You think you're done, you're not done. I had to go to the bathroom. My buddy was like, do you gotta go number 1 or number 2? And I was like, I gotta do number 2, doing an impression of number 1. It's also weird getting old enough to see rap music change. Like every rapper has face tattoos now, which I guess is good motivation if you're trying to make it. Because then you have to make it. Like there's no plan B after face tats. Like, why do you want to join the finance team? Well, we have your resume on file, so we'll let you know if there's any openings. All right, you guys have a lot of fun. That's my time. Thank you so much.
This comedian was named one of the 10 funniest women in New York by both Caroline's on Broadway and Time Out magazine, as well as one of the 100 women we love by Go magazine. Please welcome Emma Willman.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh boy, thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate that. This was uncomfortable. I was walking into a woman's restroom, and as I walked in, this woman leaving looked at me and she went, "Hey, this is a woman's restroom." And then I just got flustered and went, "Yes, yes, vagina." And then I realized, like, oh no, she must just think I'm the creepiest guy ever, just confirming what I'm going in there for. Yes, yes, vagina, yes, yes. That's not even the worst of it. One time I walked into a woman's restroom and this woman just went, "Get out!" I'm still not sure if she was being homophobic or if it's because I was at a stranger's house. I don't know. It wasn't good. I'm very conflicted right now because my sister wants me to wear a dress at her wedding and I don't want to do it. And she asked me, she was like, "Do you not want to wear the dress because you're a lesbian?" And no, it's not because I'm a lesbian, it's because I'm like the man one. You know? And she was like, "That doesn't sound okay to say. What does that mean?" And I just got flustered again and I went, "I'm the man one. I'm the man one. I'm the man one." And she was like, "Emma, you sound obnoxious and ignorant and like you don't even know what you're talking about." And I was like, "Yeah, see? Man one, I'm the man one, man one." Ugh. These women ones, they just talk, they don't listen. It actually doesn't bother me when straight people ask gay people who's the man and who's the woman. That doesn't bother me. I think you're just trying to relate what you know to what you see. I'm going to assume the best in people. But at the same time, it's silly because usually it's like visually obvious, you know? It's like, who do you think? Okay, it's two girls. One looks like a girl and one looks like a truck driver. Who do you think? And then the butch one's like, "Yeah, it doesn't work like that." And I'm like, well, now you pissed off the scary one. Good luck. Good luck. My mom wants me to wear a dress at the wedding too, and I'm surprised by that because she's progressive, but she's also uptight. Like, I remember one time in high school, I came home and I said, "Mom, I'm gonna kill myself." And she goes, "Not in the house." "Oh my God, not in the house. I have book club, not in the house." I'll never forget that too because of the threat, she made me go to an inpatient rehab center. I'm in there for threatening to kill myself, and I had a roommate who was in there, I swear to God, for threatening to kill somebody else. I was like, are you guys trying to speed up the process? Like, what is going on? Who was the admissions person? Like, ooh, mutual interest, these two, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a match made in heaven, yin and yang, I'm taking bets. She threatened to kill someone and she had multiple personality disorder, which I didn't know how to be sensitive to, but I wanted to. And I was scared. I remember every night I'd be like, okay, threatened to kill someone, multiple personality disorder. Good night, everybody. Somebody snores, I don't know which one of you. As it stands right now, what I'm gonna wear at the wedding is a top connected to a bottom. It's called a romper. Okay. I thought it was called a onesie, I didn't know. And I got a stylist who she's helping with it, and I had a meeting with my mom and my sister and the stylist the other day, and my sister was trying to figure out what I was going to wear for my high heels, and I kept saying no to stuff, and she had a breakdown. And she goes, well, I don't know what to do, Emma. I'm so desperate to compromise with you. The other day at work, I Googled lesbian high heels. And I was like, what did you find? What did you find? She goes, nothing! I'm like, all right, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
This comic used to be a professional tennis player who was ranked 864th in the world. I'm not joking. I also know him very well from our time together at The Daily Show. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one, the only, Mr. Michael Costa.
Thank you. Hasan Minhaj, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't he great? Everybody laughed when he said I was 864 in the world in tennis. What's your world ranking, everybody that laughed? Thanks for being here. Thanks for being present. Thanks for being off your phones. This is a fun moment we get to have together. It's making us dumb, isn't it, the phones? We're dumb now. Have you spelled recently? Is it harder now than it used to be? Are the words harder? I was on an airplane doing a crossword. I had to spell silhouette. I mean, ass? Commitment? 11 M's in a row? Is that wrong? Honestly. Diarrhea? I'd rather have it. We're so dumb now. We're letting us make us dumb. Think about how many phone numbers you used to know as a kid. Remember that? You used to know 100 phone numbers by heart. I used to know everybody's phone number when I was a kid. Now I'm 39 years old. I know one phone number by heart. I know my phone number, okay? If I get arrested and I can make one phone call, do you know what I can do? I can check my voicemail. That's what I can do. I just have to hope somebody leaves their number in the message. Hello, in case you got arrested, call me back, 734-248. We're dumb now, and we're addicted to technology that doesn't work. It overpromises and it underdelivers. You like washing your hands now, huh? With the motion sensor? Is the motion sensor faucet? Was that a good invention? Was it? The guy that invented the motion sensor faucet should be executed on live television at halftime of the Super Bowl. Excuse me, Grey Cup. As a message to other inventors. We're gonna die of Zika because we haven't properly washed our hands since 1982. Nothing works. Nothing works. Every hotel I stay in, my magnetic key loses power after 3 minutes, doesn't it? And you gotta go down to the front desk and you gotta wait in line. And when you finally get there, she always treats you like a piece of shit, doesn't she? Oh, well, did you have it touch something magnetic? Huh? Did you have it touch something magnetic? Yeah, Earth. Everything's magnetic. Everything is magnetic. Why would you make a key that can't touch magnets? You know what keys could touch magnets? The old keys, the ones that went in the door and turned the deadbolt. They could sit on magnets all day long. Oh, did it touch your cell phone? Oh. Did you have it touch your cell phone? Yes, I did. Yes. Everything touches my cell phone. I drive now with this thing lodged underneath my crotch now, okay? That's how much of an extension the phone has become of our body. So let's make a key that can touch a cell phone, okay? Let me get this straight. I have a functioning magnetic hotel key, okay? But if it gets close to the phone, that breaks the key. But it's okay to just hold this up to our brain? It's okay to push this into our brain. We're gonna die because of this. Do you know that? We're gonna die because of this. Tonight. My name is Michael Costa. Thank you very much. Good night.
That's our show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Stay cool, Canada. You're our only hope. Good night.